News isn't boring, but most news reporters are. Thankfully, DJ Wimberly and friends are not. They don't just bring you the breaking news from around the world, they keep you locked in with their entertaining and informative commentary on the top stories in politics, business, entertainment, sports, and more. You are now tuned in to the DJ Wimberly Podcast.
This is the DJ Wimberly Podcast. Today is April 19th, 2020. There's a lot to talk about today, so let's get to it. Breaking news. It's disheartening breaking news. So let's get right to the stats. Today, April 19th, 2020, in the AM, there's 740,746 cases of the COVID-19 that have been confirmed in the United States of America. Of that, 39,158 people have died. Now, the worldwide totals are 2,331,099 have been confirmed worldwide with the COVID-19. And of that, 160,952 deaths confirmed. This is something that has taken not only the United States by storm, but the world. It's disheartening. It's unfortunate. I can't even put my hands around it. But it gets worse. There are some things in life that we don't have control over. But we need leadership right now. And the leadership that we have in the White House is a disaster. Donald Trump is a complete idiot. Yesterday's news conference, he was basically off the hinges, which that shouldn't be new to anyone. But his entire news conference, he talked about everything other than the COVID-19. People are dying. People are losing their mothers, their fathers, their brothers, their sisters. And our president is nothing but a political, thriving idiot. He cares about nothing but himself. And then now he incites his followers to go out there to protest the governors who are trying to stop this. They're so concerned about reopening the economy. So that tells you one thing. He more cares about the economy being open than people's lives. So you're basically putting money above lives. It's just the stupidest things. Who doesn't want the economy to be running right now? But at the same time, we have to put all of this on hold to get this under control. We need to be able to test people. Everyone should be able to get a test. They have to make sense of everything. But that's not the case with Donald Trump. He cares about nothing. And then when you listen to his news conferences, you cannot tell me how your skin crawls when you see this man. He is like, he disregards the actual life. He has no concern about no one but himself, about his reelection, about his followers, which those are a bunch of idiots themselves. The people that support him, they They are now out there protesting because the governors have closed things and said, let's keep it closed until we get a handle on this. Oh no, now they're talking about their freedoms, their Second Amendments. Who gives a fuck about a Second Amendment if your ass is dead? I don't get it. But see, here's the crazy thing. African Americans are taking the brunt of this virus. People, they don't care about no one but themselves. That's crazy. Now they out there protesting. Mark my words. Let's look at the stats on May 4th, which that'll be 14 days from today. Let's see how many more new cases in these states where these people have been out there protesting and all of this other nonsense. In Jacksonville, Florida, they have even opened up the beaches and they're telling people, hey, stay a little bit away from each other, 6 feet, but you can go to the beach. If you look at all the pictures, people are not staying 6 feet. People are not even wearing masks out there. They're out there playing, having a good old time, just like nothing ever happened. There's going to be these same people that's going to be laid up in the hospital bed in 14 days. But it's disheartening that these people are out there getting it and then they're passing it on to other people who don't deserve to get it. So it's not even about yourself. It's about who you can pass this on to. But these people have no regards to it. But then Donald Trump is sitting out there telling people it's okay to protest and, you know, they need to, because at the end of the day, he's worried about the economy because he knows the economy is so important. He knows that the economy is so important right now. If he does not get control of the economy, it's going to be over for him. He's not going to win. But I just hope that people are paying attention to all of this so that he doesn't win. I have never in my entire life noticed and saw so much ignorance in the White House. There's never been a president that is just as stupid, that is just so self-serving than this president. He's inciting people to go out there. And mark my words when I say this. These people are going to go out there and start doing some stupid shit. They're going to go out there and do some stupid shit. We already know what this president is about. He doesn't care. He cares about himself, his money, and he don't give a damn about the United States and the people that follow him. It's disheartening. It is disheartening as it may be. And unfortunately, we have to deal with this for the next 9 months. 9 months, because I know for a fact, I really have it in my spirit and my heart that America is going to be tired of this. Americans, okay, this television show needs to be canceled. The Donald Trump television show, the reality TV show we've been living for the last 3.5 years, that show needs to stop. In 4 years, that's it. Season needs to be over. Season needs to be over. We need to send his ass packing, get somebody in there in the White House that makes some sense about things and get this nation back in order. But we got to deal with him for this point. I mean, for this time. And unfortunately, it's disheartening. This man has a news conference, and the most of the news conference, he is talking about stuff that has nothing to do with what's going on right now. He's talking about China. He's talking about North Korea. He uses these news conferences to be more like a political rally. I don't get it. I don't get it. Then he has these governors that are just Republican governors. The Republican Party to me is a bunch of shit. A bunch of garbage. They are just as stupid as he is. Now, there's one Republican governor that's in Ohio who has actually been on the right side of things to an extent. I don't trust him, but he's been showing his independence as a governor. But all these other governors, like the one in Texas, making these dumb decisions, especially the one in Florida, DeSantis, he is a clown. People said that he was not qualified to be governor. He stole the election from Mr. Gilliard, but unfortunately, he's a governor, and he's just stupid. If you even watch him on TV, he looks just stupid. And it's just like, man, it's like we have to fend for ourselves right now, people. We have to, as Americans, we have to fend for ourselves, because I promise you this, when they do relax whatever they're doing here in Georgia, I ain't finna be no fool and go out there and act like everything is okay. I'm gonna sit in my house for at least a month or two after they do release or relax the restrictions, and I'm just gonna see, because they ain't finna set me up for the okie doke. That's right, okie doke. They're gonna have people going out there thinking everything is good, unless they know we're gonna have a second wave, and a whole bunch of more people gonna die. I don't want that to happen. It's like people do not put value on people's lives. Every life has a value, and I don't understand why people don't understand that. Every life is a value, has a value to it. I don't care if I don't like you. I don't care if I never met you. A life is a valuable thing. Every life is valuable. Yes, and I understand that we're going to die from something, but sometimes I see some deaths as unnecessary deaths. And unfortunately, we cannot stop this virus. It happened. But we can control it from this point going forward. We can't change what happened in the past, but we most definitely can change what's going on now. Why is it that we are fighting and using politics over stuff that is stupid? Donald Trump and the Republicans make everything about politics. Now, just recently, they gave out all of this money for these small businesses. And guess what? They're already out of money, which I already have an opinion of that. A lot of the money that was going to the wrong companies that didn't really need the money. They didn't help small businesses. And it also was based off of the companies that actually has some inside connection with their bank, that has some inside connection with the SBA. So a lot of the small businesses that this money was intended to go to, they didn't get nothing. Now the money is out. Now, again, politics is stopping more money. You know, Donald Trump is about himself and his cronies and these big businesses, these big corporations. I don't know if you guys don't get it out there. You got to understand. You have to pay attention to things. Then Donald Trump wanted to put his damn name on the stimulus check. $1,200 stimulus check. He wanted to put his name on it. It ain't his money, number one. Number two, so guess what? Since you want to put your name on the stimulus check for $1,200, put your name on this 39,158 people that have died, death certificates. Put your name on those too. Since you want to get credit for shit, get credit for that just as well. You get credit for that. You got blood on your hands on that. You get blood on your hands for that. So if you want to put your name on the stimulus checks, which you wasn't the one that actually did the legwork for the legislation for that, but you want credit for it. You want people to see your name. Let me tell you something, Donald Trump. More people ain't as stupid as you think. You think because your name on it, people gonna be like, oh, wait, we're gonna vote for him because he gave us a $1,200 check. First of all, most of these people, a $1,200 check ain't do shit for them in the beginning anyway. Let's be clear. $1,200 didn't do nothing for most people anyway. But then, so if you want to sign your name on those checks, make sure that your name under the cause of death on the side where it says COVID-19, Make sure they put Donald Trump by that as well. Since you want credit for shit, let me give you credit for that. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. You sit there and you talk to people about stuff that doesn't make a damn bit of sense right now. You're attacking people. You're out there inciting people to protest because these governors are trying to make sense of all of this. They are trying to stop and start saving people's lives. This social distance stuff. Let me tell you something. Close the whole goddamn economy down for 2 to 3 months if it's going to save lives. Because guess what? Our economy can always come back. The economy can always come back. But when a person loses their lives, they can't get that back. You can always restart the economy. We can have a recession if need be. We ain't had them before. The economy can always restart, but a life can't. But again, Donald Trump is thinking about the election of 2020. That's shameful. I'd rather the economy take a hit than someone loses their lives or people losing their lives. Because as a government, they can come in and they can do more to help the people out, the unemployment and stuff like that, for them to survive while we get through this and stop this virus from spreading. But people don't look at it. People don't have empathy. These people, Donald Trump doesn't have not a bit of empathy in the world. He doesn't give a fuck. Every time I watch him on TV, it breaks my spirit. It hurts me. I don't know how much how much anger I have in my spirit every time I see him on TV. And as he speaks, I always try to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, maybe today he's going to have some sense. Nah, he don't have no sense. He talking about stuff and he makes more false statements every day. And I just don't understand. Why is he continuing to blame Obama? Back in 2014, Obama told you what could possibly happen. Donald Trump wants to blame Obama for everything. Obama didn't do none of this. Obama's not in office. It's not like Donald Trump just took office last month and he just came into office. He had 3.5 years to get his shit together. No. We can't let him go another 4 years because I don't even know what to think about the world would be like in 4 years more of Donald Trump. I hope that America, or the majority of America, because you can't say all of America, because there's going to always be those idiots out there that are going to agree with whatever he says. He can say that the sky is purple when the sky is blue, and they're going to believe it. So I ain't even worried about them. I just hope that the young people in 2020 get out and vote. Bernie Sanders dropped out. I hope that his supporters, look, don't sit there and be like, oh, your guy didn't get it. So, hey, when you don't vote for Donald Trump, when you don't vote for Biden, that's another vote for Donald Trump. I want you to understand that. So for these people out here that, oh, Bernie this, you know what? Sometimes, hey, your guy didn't win. Let's leave it at that. He didn't win. He didn't win. We got to get somebody in office, and hopefully the person that Biden chooses, because personally, I think that Biden maybe get a 4 years, or if he can't serve his whole 4 years, at least he has somebody that's able to come in and take over and lead this country in the right direction. But Biden is the best option that we got right now. The option that we have. Now, there was probably better candidates out there, i.e. Michelle Obama. But she don't want it. She's like, hey, how they did her, but Biden is the best thing we got. So for the people out there that are like, was Bernie Sanders supporters, hey, look, chalk it up. Let's get Biden in office, and then we can work on getting someone who you're going to like if you didn't like Biden that well. But when you don't vote for Biden, that gives Donald Trump a vote. A no vote for Biden is a vote for Donald Trump. So while you sitting at home, you basically, even though you didn't vote, that's another vote for Donald Trump. And you're going to really be upset if he get another 4 years. He get to pick more Supreme Court justices, because there's going to be several people more that's going to retire. And it's most likely going to be some more of the left-wing part of the Supreme Court. So you got to think about a lot of stuff. Sometimes we have to do things that we really don't want to have to do, but we have to look at the whole bigger picture. And I want people to understand that you got to look at the big picture right now. Forget all that other stuff. Hey, chalk it up. Chalk it up. Chalk it up. Because if you just not pay attention to all of this nonsense that Donald Trump has done with this COVID-19, with the just the way he just carries himself with everything, how he talks to the reporters, how he spreads misinformation, how he lies about everything. I ain't never known him to tell the truth about nothing. Then now he wants to take people's lives in the sense of however you want to look at it. He wants to put people back at work with not having control of this virus. And at the end of the day, because the sake of the economy, he keeps talking about we have the best this, we have the best this, we have the best that. How the hell do we have the best of any of this shit? And we have more deaths in any other country worldwide. Clearly, we don't got the best of stuff. If we had the best, we would have less deaths per capita compared to any other country. It's nonsense. And it's just like, people have to pay attention. Then you got these people out here with this conspiracy theory shit. Oh, it's 5G, or they're trying to population control. Why don't all of y'all who got those conspiracy theory shit sit your ass down somewhere? Because you sound stupid. And this is my first podcast that I'm kind of really talking a little bit more angrily. And the other ones I try to, be calm, but it's just angry to sit there and notice that people are losing their lives right now because of this. And you got ignorant, stupid people out there. You got people out there that are following the president of the United States. He telling them to go out there to protest. They out there protesting, no mask, no nothing. They don't give a damn about six feet distance or nothing. And it's okay. Hey, if you want to go out there and not take care of yourself and you get something, and that's on you. Be stupid. But then at the same time, you're putting other people at risk because you can be a carrier and pass this on to other people. Mark my words, people. Let's pay attention to like the May 4th, 3rd, 4th time frame. Let's see what the cases are at that time, because that would be 14 days from today, where a couple days ago where you had the Jacksonville beach that opened. You have the protests in Michigan and Texas and Virginia. So I want to actually see what are the cases in those states at that time. And then they're talking about the Second Amendment, trying to take away your guns. God damn it, if everybody locked up in the house right now and we doing a safe distance, what you need a gun for? You can't kill COVID-19 with a gun. Let's be real. Let's be clear. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, and it just angers me to be living in a country where this is the first time that I have been disappointed in where I was born. Because the people that support the president and his stupidness, the normal is not gonna be here for a while. Make the best of it. Make the best of it. The government, the way, let me give you how I would handle it. I would lock everything down. I would make sure that everything in the country just shut down, other than the essentials. But at the same time, we will social distance for a given amount of time to maybe like June. In the meantime, while we're social distancing, we'll make sure we keep the grocery stores open and the essential things like the healthcare and stuff. But I will be putting the infrastructure in place so there could be more testing. I would spend out to compensate. Okay, my word is wrong. The job losses. I would say, hey, we can take some of those jobs and put those jobs into creating jobs that are preventive measures where we can help prevent this from spreading, which could be the contact tracing and things like that. See, the thing about it, there's other things we can do to give people jobs that can help with the spread of things, that can help the economy and so forth while we're getting this under control. Stop putting people's lives in jeopardy. Let people sit at home, start building the infrastructure that can help reopen things, but at the same time, when we reopen things, they're protecting people at the same time. It can't just be reopen. It needs to be things in place to prevent this. Put money and effort into making sure people can get tests, like the antibody tests, to see if they have it, or at-home tests. There's a lot of things that common sense things we can do that we can get out of this, but it's gonna take some time. But no, Donald Trump, he don't give a damn. He want people just go out there however you are, and guess what? If you get it, you get it. That's nonsense. Nonsense. And then you have the Republicans that ain't really saying nothing. Mitch McConnell, ugly ass. Lindsey Graham, bitch ass. And among a lot of them other Republicans out there, they don't give a fuck about nothing but them damn selves and their Republican Party. Yes, I hate to say that I had to say those words, but those things needed to be said. Because the leadership in the Republican Party are a bunch of bitches. A bunch of bitches. McConnell, a bitch. Lindsey Graham, a bitch. They have their own interests at heart. They don't care about the true American people. And I hate using cuss words like this, but sometimes you got to talk about it, and you have to talk this way, because if not, you can't. Sometimes you have to express yourself this way. I'm mad. I'm angry because of the fact that people are losing their lives. That's somebody. And then when you watch TV, it's so disheartening to see when sometimes people have lost 2 and 3 and 4 family members. Kids are losing both parents. And that's supposed to be okay? Fuck that. It's not okay. It's not okay. So, with everything that's going on, we have to now, as Americans, we have to stick together, because them clowns in the White House, them clowns in the White House, and that one clown the leader of the clowns is just making it horrible for everybody. So I know this is just a Vince Said podcast. I'm going to post another podcast soon about the inspiration and some other topics, but this topic just still stands out among the most important, because I'm tired of hearing people are dying. I sit there and sometimes the way you look at it, you have to put it in the perspective. What if that's you? How would that make me? How would I feel if my life was based off of the economy was so much more important than my life? Yes, I know I'm only one person, but why should life be even compared or whatever the case may be because of a president, because of his self-interest? A life is so important to him. It's not as important to him as an economy. And these governors out there, let me tell you something. Again, you can get an economy back. You can get an economy back, but you cannot get a life back. You cannot get back 40,000 lives that are gone and just in the United States alone. You cannot get those lives back. A recession can come, and we can rebound on that. But no matter what the rebound is, those lives ain't coming back. And I know. I know how you feel. But we're going to have some other topics in the next podcast. But I just had to come on here and give you guys an update and talk about some things because I was just feeling mad. Just watching TV, listening to these things that are just coming before me. And I just had to let people know how I feel. But this is DJ Wimberly, and you're listening to the DJ Wimberly podcast. Stay tuned for another episode. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the DJ Wimberly podcast. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and come back to check out our next episode.